Okay, well I just filled the car up with gas and got some food, and these guys said they found a scorpion on the couch. Explain, Yoshi.
Yo, hold on.
Explain what happened.
Let me show you a video.
Show them a video, okay? Because this is not okay. Take a look at this real quick.
We're all just having enough fucking taking care of it. Shit.
How to get inside, first of all.
I sleep on the floor.
Look at that.
You guys sleep on the
What the heck? All right, anyways, we're gonna snag a couple of them for this video, and, excuse me, probably end up going somewhere over here. Where's my other whiteboard? Here. Who took it? Someone took it. Anyways, we're gonna find one of the whiteboards and pull it to go through some really cool concepts, and we're gonna talk about specifically how this man right here went in just 6 months. We're gonna talk about a couple different concepts with e-commerce, but how to really start building a 7-figure revenue business that generates you multi 6 figures profit in just 6 months time. Okay?
Easy.
That's a topic. Easy. Okay? No, we don't use the word easy here. We use the word simple. Simple. Okay? So let's grab the whiteboard and we're gonna break it down with some visual examples. All right. We got it right here. The main big one. These are kind of actually really helpful. Okay? So he's gonna get to drawing some stuff. We're gonna explain a few things. I want to make it very clear that my journey personally with e-commerce was unfortunately, but also fortunately, I'm gonna explain this in a second, not a 6-month window, okay? Preston had some very amazing in-person one-on-one help right when he was getting started, and that really helped him out. So he was able to scale in a much more, let's just say, effective manner. Now, there's also a couple sides of things. This is something why I don't think it's unfortunate that it took me about 1.5 years of failure to really start getting up to at least that level, is because it took me time. And it took me time, like e-commerce wasn't the first business I started. So it took me a lot of time to really get things going. And because it took me time, you don't quite develop an ego with it, to say the least. And Preston doesn't have an ego, so props to you for that. But there can be issues when you scale too quickly. I've seen this over and over again. Friends and people that I've helped start making a lot of money very quickly, like, from like just a couple $100s in their bank account to, making a multi 6-figure profit income in like 30 days. It literally ruins the person, the friendship, everything. So you do have to be careful with that, but we're gonna let Preston, all he wrote down, you son of a gun, Preston McHugh on IG, okay? Let's start with this. Start writing something out. Let's focus on a few key things, okay? This video is gonna be 3 individual things. We're gonna get it from 3 people. One from me, one from Preston, one from our buddy Harry. Okay, we're gonna do 3 individual things on how to get to that, let's just call it that $50,000 a month level within 6 months. And that $50,000 is profit. So we're gonna say how we would go about achieving that milestone. So people always say, oh, is the number you talk about, as an example in the video, is that profit, is that revenue? Typically it doesn't matter because it's more of a concept. So it depends on how you apply it and how fast you get it going. So I can start it off, if you guys want, here with my red marker that I'm struggling. Yep, grab the side, pull. There we go. Nice. Okay. So I want to break this down. Something that's at least helped me a lot when it comes to this, because I don't focus, and this is something for me. Everything I do is data driven. So this is kind of funny because I was never that good in school, never the craziest person with numbers. Now everything I do is data driven. So mine's not going to be the typical, oh my God, 0 to, and I know this whiteboard's moving a little bit as I write it, but 100K in 30 days, okay? What I'm gonna focus on doing is, depending on how much money I have to start with my ads, I might lose a little bit of money in month 1. So we'll call it M1, M2, like the cars, M3, I have an M4, M5, and M6, okay? And what we're gonna do in each of these stages is we're gonna break it down. And this is literally exactly what I would do in your situation. Break down what you want to be doing month by month and then go week by week. I wouldn't go day by day. You're not gonna be able to micromanage your ads like that, especially if you're just getting started. However, 0 to 100K in 30 days. Month 1 for me would be ensuring the product. So I would make sure my product is a winner, okay? Product winner. So that's the first thing. I'm gonna talk about 3 inside of month 1. So the way that I do this specifically, first of all, you're gonna be able to test 2 to 3 products inside of month 1. And I'm talking about with Facebook ads specifically. So again, everything I do is data driven. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But month one is simply identifying the product that works. And you can kind of, at the same time, as long as you're running in the same niche, you can find your audience, which is your interests. Okay, you're not running lookalikes, you're not running retargeting, even though it is data driven, unless you already have data, which you probably don't if you're first getting started. Did you have data when you started?
No.
Exactly. So you don't start with that. So product winner, audience, and what you're doing in month one is data. Okay, so for me, month one would be amazing if I can break even. And this is what I would aim for you guys. Aim for month one, even if you have to lose some money. Month two, kind of that break even mark. And this is when you're just starting, you're just learning the skills because it takes time to build. Month three is when you should aim for profit. That's when you can break into that zone. So to give you a reference on going from 0 to 50K a month, this is where you're kind of breaking past that point. You're recuperating everything. You get to that 10K level, you can scale pretty quick, 25K, 50K, then the rest is history. That is personally how I would go about getting to 50,000 a month. You can break these numbers down however you want, but month, kind of transitioning month two, month three, depending on how fast your product hits. Because if it takes you, let's say it's your third product, you know, there's way more for me, but let's say it was your third product that started working. Well, now you just had to test 2 products before that. It cost you a little bit of money and it took you about a week or 2 worth of time for each of those products. So that just delays the whole process here. So for me, this right here is how I would go about doing it, okay? Does that make sense to you? Data driven, I don't know if you were paying attention, but data driven everything. So again, I don't focus on stuff like this. I can do this now, whether it's from scratch or with data, 0 to 100K in 30 days, but this is the structure. This is what I would recommend. So break this down for you, okay? Now we're gonna get Preston to write down his stuff, so I kind of erase this. No, you're going middle. We've already hyped you up. Harry in his Yoshi slippers. Harry, you're gonna be going.
He stole them from me.
Actually, those are the unspoken woman who's in the house.
But I've used them.
Shout out for the Gucci and Louis Vuitton, by the way. Harry's been buying me some gifts. That's lit. We're making a lot of money together, so it's all good. All right, you're gonna explain some things that have helped you. Oh, hey, you found an eraser. That have helped you go from 0 to 50K a month in 6 months, okay? We're talking about that as an example. We're gonna have Harry talk about it after as well. So Harry, think about your concept. How would people go from 0 to 50K a month in profit in 6 months time? Okay, this is where you can talk about it from an advanced standpoint from people who already know what they're doing. Maybe they wanna start another store, or people who are just getting started, okay?
Okay,
Let's talk about how you did it. You got things going, moving fairly decent. But explain how you would go about right now, knowing what you know, how you would go about, obviously you don't know, in an example where you don't know what you know right now, how would you recommend to these people to go about at least starting to get those results as fast as possible? Because everything's about speed in the internet, obviously.
So first thing is test products and be willing to accept that you're probably gonna lose like $1,000 minimum.
Minimum. Okay.
You're gonna lose money before you make money.
Now I'm gonna fire back some questions as you do this, okay?
Okay.
So, how many products do you typically test?
Well, that depends.
On?
If you have a winner and it's doing really well, and you have it going for like a month, then you test like maybe 3 products a week. But if you don't have a winner, you don't have anything that's generating huge results, then you test like maybe 20 winners a week.
Until you find that one.
Until you find that one that's going to blow up.
Okay, and I'm going to ask questions I think these people are wondering right now based on what you're saying. Second question, what classifies a product as a winner for you?
Test it for a couple days, analyze how the ads are doing, and if you don't, so this really depends on the product cost and the cost per purchase. So if you're selling, it's very different if you're selling a $15 product versus a $40 product. Mm-hmm. Because obviously you can't run $5 ad sets for a $40 or $60 product. But you can run it for a $15 product. Mm-hmm. So it depends on the cost of purchase, how the actual ad is doing, and if you're able to get sales with it within like 3 to 5 day window. And then if you can see like, oh yeah, this sale, a $15 product cost, $5 cost per purchase average, it's gotten 4 sales within, 3 days, you might be having something there. You can slowly.
So you just got to keep testing, keep narrowing down on what's working.
Exactly.
Boom. Okay. All right. Well, break it down on anything. Another question based on that. We'll do it once you start breaking down an example because I want you to get to that too. Because we don't want to take up too much people's time here, but we will break it down. And also, excuse me, I have a little bit of a cough. But if you guys want more videos on the whiteboard, let me know. I know I did one probably yesterday for when you guys are seeing this. But They're a lot of fun. So, test products is number 1. Okay, like you just explained. Number 2, find that winner of the product, okay? It's kind of like a 2-step process here. Okay, what do you do? I know we just explained what classifies a product as a winner. There's a big difference between finding a product that's a winner based on other people's research, so you know it's a winner. There's a difference between making it a winner for yourself, and there's also a difference between once you do it for yourself, getting to $50K a month in profit. In your experience, what numbers do you have to hit revenue to make to make 50K profit?
What do you mean, like, as far as?
If you want to make 50K profit, how much do you, typically on the margins you get, have to make revenue? Like 120, 130?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're seeing about 40%.
Yeah, say around 40%. Anything below 40% isn't really worth it.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. You gotta be making 120 grand revenue.
A lot of people start with like the jewelry niche or like try and start a clothing brand. That's all like, that is something that you should stay away from, because at the end of the day, you might sell a $15 bracelet or whatever and have like a 7% net margin. And then at the point, what's the point? You made $7 for the product, like.
Not even, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, find that winner. So how do you personally go about scaling things fairly quick? Because you scale a lot of products, scale a lot of stores, and you do it fairly quickly. Do you, now that you have the money, which is cool, you have the money to test more things, you can test faster, test harder, test more aggressively. How do you scale? Do you like to scale by dumping a lot of money in quick and not being as effective as you could? Or do you take your time? Or are you a little frugal with your ad spend? You know, so you personally.
This depends. It depends on the product and how well you're feeling. If you can see that it's a trend and it's going to end within a certain time frame and you're trying to really like cash out as much as you can, then you scale aggressively. You put everything that you have into the product. But if it's something to where you can see that it's going to be like maybe like a year-long product or like a whole season-long product or something, then you scale slowly. You start with maybe getting actual data and then building up from there. That's
okay.
How Hayden's course.
Boom. Exactly. Well, everything is data. Like I said, it is data driven, especially with Facebook ads. That's a data driven platform. Even if you're not talking about data on a pixel, you still collect data. For an example, like that's you yourself. So let's say you're running Instagram influencers and something works. You now know, which is data, what works. You collected that yourself.
Everything in this world is data.
Literally. What do you think Amazon does? Amazon doesn't give a hoot about selling products here and there. They're all about data. That's what it is. It's ridiculous. People don't even see. Amazon's a front. They want to know when you need more toilet paper based on buying patterns, so they know when, how, and they know when, how, and where to advertise that to you. So that you can, like, it would blow your mind. It would blow your mind. It's all data driven. It literally is.
Because
like,
once you have shopped from Amazon for so long, they know the exact dates. They'll send it to you like the 12th and like the 24th.
Yeah.
They'll send you laundry twice a month or whatever you need. They'll send it to you at the exact date and you don't even have to order it.
Oh yeah, I was talking to my buddies and I know my phone was next to me and I was just talking about how I needed a haircut. Didn't have time. I know I've said this example before. Literally later that day, 4 different ads I got on Instagram, all different companies for these apps that bring barbers to you.
That's a thing.
Great. Oh my God, dude, I didn't believe in it until it happened. Until it happened. It's wild. Oh, what about someone had an Amazon Alexa from Amazon in their home and there was a murder, okay? There was some sort of murder thing and the police were able to collect, the recording that was on that. So the Alexa's always recording. That's even scarier. So there's a lot of crazy stuff. We appreciate it. Make sure to follow him on Instagram at Preston McHugh. We're gonna grab Harry.
Putting people on right here.
Yeah, look at that.
Giving people tips.
Answering some questions.
Tips.
There you go.
ROAS.
Bam.
Quick tips.
Quick tips. There you go on Instagram. We like that. All right, we're gonna grab Harry real quick and get his take on this as well, because he's been in this industry for actually nearly 4 years, done tens and tens of millions. So he'll have a little bit of a different perspective, which will be good. Go go go.
What?
We have money coming your way.
What's that?
12K wire for you, buddy.
Why?
Because we like you.
What do you think?
Does that help your mood?
That was the payout. Yeah.
Does that help your mood?
Does that get you hype? You'll have 12K in your bank account.
Look at this. Top student not even phased by 12K. I like that. I already have 12K. I better hope you have 12K in your account.
Personal.
All right, Harry is on a call, but good news is we have Vance Heel, Olaf. For those of you who don't know, he's been in a few videos already. I'm gonna hand you the marker. We're gonna talk about all this stuff in a second. For those of you who don't know, actually, if you want to give yourself a quick 30-second introduction, who you are, where you're from, what you're up to, what you do, everything. Give yourself some credibility. Let them know.
I moved here from Europe 3 months ago after running dropshipping stores for 7 months.
7 months.
Starting with Hayden Bow's HSD calls.
That's crazy. That's literally crazy. Now this man is a legend. So what we're gonna be talking about here, and I want you to give one kind of tip on the whole concept is 0 to 50K a month profit in 6 months. Okay, so we're kind of building off of a lot of stuff with Preston. Me and him both already gave tips on the whiteboard, so you can utilize that for anything you want, but give them a little bit of insight kind of what you do and what you would do if you started right now knowing what you know now. Like if you had to give someone advice who's starting, which is hopefully a lot of these people watch this right now, which is why you're watching it.
Yeah.
You know, what at least tips could you give people to either do or things to avoid to help get to that point quickly? Because obviously you want to do it fast.
Start right away. Don't overthink shit, just start doing.
Okay.
That's all. Don't plan, just start running ads.
Just start running ads. Okay, I'm gonna be very practical. I'm gonna do the same thing with Preston. I'm gonna fire back some questions. So when you say start right away, what is the first step they should do? Obviously, pick your store's name, open it.
Nah, don't fuck with that, bro.
You gotta do it though. You gotta do it.
I mean,
what do you mean?
yeah,
let's say with ads. Yeah, that's a little stuff. Okay. Let's say when you said start ads. So what does that look like for you? If you want to give them some advice or some examples on what do you do with your ads? How do you run ads? Are you focused on data? Do you do a lot of cold targeting, interest, lookalikes, retargeting, back end? What are you doing with that? What sort of recommendation? Because to get to 50K a month, that's different than just starting.
Yeah, right now I mostly run lookalikes, and that's the real key. That's what works best. Interest is at the beginning.
That's when you're building data.
That's how it works for me, yeah.
Okay.
It's not really for being profitable. It's all in lookalikes.
Okay, so lookalikes is where you make all your money.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of retargeting as well?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
I designed the whole funnel, so you're getting your audience warmer and warmer, so it's completely hot.
You get the audience warm, build your pixel data, all that.
Last 3 days, super promo.
There you go. So Olaf focuses on lookalikes, okay? And now how do you use a lookalike? Actually, explain what it is in a second, but also how do you use a lookalike to get to 50K a month profit? And what does the data on a lookalike need? What sort of data do you need for a lookalike?
You basically, ideally, you would need 1,000 purchases.
Okay.
For perfect lookalike.
For a perfect, keep in mind, you can still do it. You can do it with less.
Yeah. So you can start with less, and you can use 1,000, but not purchase, but add to cart. It's still a strong purchase behavior, so it's cool.
Okay, so what would you say the minimum amount of purchases you could run a purchase lookalike with is? I want to be very practical for these people.
200.
200?
300. It wasn't really working for me when I had 100 purchases. It might work for you, but it just didn't work for me.
Okay. Because that's the number we talk about in the program. Okay, I like that. Okay, so how are you using lookalikes to get to that 50K a month? What sort of strategies, how many ads you run, any sort of insight on the ads themselves? So, neither of us talked about lookalikes. That's a kind of a different subcategory.
But the ads itself, you just have to basically any ad you start, you should just test creatives first. So run 10 different ad creations on the same audience. So you can do it in retargeting to see how people react, so it will be cheapest. You can do it on interest, you can do it on lookalikes. But yeah, just test 10 different ads with same ad sets. And then once you have a few winning ones, or only one, then run tests on lookalikes. So basically every percentage, every location, test everything you can.
I like that.
If you want to save money and get the best results, just stick to US traffic.
US traffic?
But still go for all the percentages and try to mix them. So go for 1% and 10%, 2% and 7%.
I think what we need to do is a lookalike video. Let me know in the comments down below if you want a video just on lookalike audiences, because obviously there's so much that goes into that. Should we all do a video on lookalike audiences?
Sure.
That could be dope. Let us know down below. Hit a like and leave it in the comments if you want us to do lookalike or any other videos you want, because we can break a lot more stuff down on the whiteboard. I don't want this one to be too long. Plus it's 4 a.m. right now. But I appreciate you guys coming on. I'm gonna leave their Instagrams down below. Yeah, their Instagram as well. They've been helping people out, so I'm gonna leave a link down below. Give them a follow, hit them up. But other than that, appreciate you guys coming on. It's been fun. We might make that lookalike video. So let us know in the comments down below if you want us to make that, and if you have any other video recommendations. We're gonna be utilizing the whiteboard right there because it's just overly massive.
Send us what you guys want. If you guys want how to scale, if you guys want anything like that, send us.
It's more fun making videos with other people.
Exactly.
It is. It really is.
Having a
So
ton of fun right
I don't know if you guys like it. So if you want more videos, I can bring on other people too. But I think it's super
There'll be
cool.
more videos since we're living together now.
Yeah. We can't tell too much, but let's just say a couple houses are in the works for a lot of cool things.
A lot of things in the works.
We're super excited for it. I've got a little bit of a cough, but if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like down below. Again, do not forget to let us know if you want that lookalike video and any other video recommendations you might have in the comments down below. And as always, help me get, what's the subscriber goal? What's the goal? 250K, is that next?
No, 500K.
Olaf, how many subs did I have on YouTube when you started following me? Do you remember?
Oh, 5K?
5K. Now we're at 105.
Hold on, I found you at around 5K as well.
Jeez.
Like way back when.
That was like a year and a quarter ago, year and a half.
No, that was like a year and a half ago.
Wow.
That was a long time ago.
That's gnarly to think about. Anyways, you know what that means. Hit the subscribe button. Oh crap, wait.
Like,
Where'd it
subscribe.
go?
Like,
Anyways, we'll be seeing you guys tomorrow in the next video. Peace.